Ramlah Fakhri.
Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, it was my pleasure today to evaluate Dee Stokes' speech, Spiritual Guides. What a beautiful, powerful speech, full of humour, full of emotion, and with a message that really connected to the audience. One of the things I loved so much about Dee's speech was the power of a theme. Everything that Dee did connected to the theme of her speech, which was to challenge the audience to think about those annoying people in a different light. She started with a really strong opening, asking us the question, do you have people in your life that just press your buttons the wrong way? She then even involved the audience. How, she said, I hear you ask. And the audience laughed and asked the question back. It was then that we knew we were off to a great speech, which had left the audience wanting to know the answer to that question, how? From there, Dee moved on to telling us two stories. The story of Artisha and the cook, and later the story of her mum. Both of those stories, again, clearly connecting back to the theme. Through the use of really powerful word choices, often coming in combinations of threes, Dee was able to really share her message with the audience. For example, when she talked about the patience, empathy, and understanding of the cook, or when she talked about how her mother struggled to feed, shelter, and clothe her children. That three-word message was so powerful a technique in order to emphasize her very theme to the audience. And then again, the conclusion, a powerful call to action, using the same question she asked us at the beginning, but making the audience think about it in a very different light. So how do you take such a world-class speech and make it out of this world? I have two recommendations for Dee. The first one is in relation to voice, and the second in relation to gestures. There were a number of parts of the speech that involved a dialogue. For example, when people asked Artie, why do you hang out with a spiritual leader such as the cook? And when Artie responded to say that it was because of his empathy and his emotion. It was points like that in the speech that I think Dee could have further dramatised through the use of voice. She could have had one character on this side and another character on this side, and also vary up the voice between the two characters to further open up the story to the audience. And the second thing I mentioned was the use of gestures. I found at the beginning of the speech, Dee spent a lot of time with her hands like this. However, the gestures did come out towards the end. For example, when she spoke about her mother saying no, no, no more times. And I think if Dee can just further work on making bigger gestures, there's nothing to stop her speech from going out of this world. So in conclusion, today we had a speech that had a powerful theme. Through the use of more varied voice and bigger gestures, there is nothing that can stop Dee's message from spreading to the whole audience. Well done, Dee. Contest Chair.